You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that, I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song.
Back and forth,
Has a stroke
so
of
good.
genius. He wants to write a song.
Welcome back to Run It Back Music. I'm Zumi Underground, and by popular demand, we are checking out High Ren today. So let's run it. Not creepy at all. Just a butcher kind of situation with a pig mask. I think that's gotta have some kind of meaning, if I am reading Ren correctly. Really cool guitar intro, and even more impressive because a lot of you told me that he's self-taught on all the instruments he plays. So yeah, that's already a really cool intro. Is this yodeling? I feel like this is the same like vocal technique as yodeling, so pretty cool. I don't hear this a lot in music, so yeah, I'm digging it.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
Alright, so yeah, the strobing lights, and then his eyes being open like really intensely has already kind of given me an idea of like what story is unfolding right now.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And
Okay, so that's an interesting line. He's talking about taking some time since my therapist told me I'm ill. And that's just interesting because y'all have already told me that he's been ill for a long time. And so he's like clearly aware that he's ill, but then he gets like the confirmation from the therapist. So I wonder if that's kind of like a relief type situation where you feel like maybe there's something wrong, but maybe this is just how everybody is, and you just don't know how to deal with it like everybody else does. And then you talk to the therapist, and then you get like the confirmation that no, there is something that's a little off, and you know, there's something that we can treat. Yeah, cause like I just got diagnosed with ADHD recently, and it was just like I'm an adult, I'm in my 30s, so it's just kind of weird. Like, does everybody have this much trouble focusing, or am I just not good at it or something? You know, so it's kind of a relief for me just hearing like, no, this is like a condition that you have. And you've just been kind of playing on hard mode a little bit. Not as hard as Ren, clearly. He's been playing on like nightmare mode or Dark Souls mode. So not comparable in that sense. But yeah, I wonder if that's kind of where he's going with that line, or maybe another direction. But that was the first thing that I kind of thought of when on hearing that line.
I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill.
Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors...
That like head whipping around like that definitely gives me kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde type of vibe happening.
So really that the guide you been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect, you're always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy.
Nah, mate, this time is different, man, trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help.
You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see. You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps.
I like I mean, there's a lot of things that show like which side is talking, like the light or the dark side, but it's cool picking up all the different things that are happening to make that clear. I mean, obviously his voice sounds more stressed and strained on the dark side, and then on the light side, it's very like calm and soothing for the most part. And then also the guitar strumming is just nice and pleasant on the light side, and then on the dark side, you have you have like a little bit of percussion backing it, like he's kind of slapping the strings a little bit too. It's a little bit of like a jolt versus just like the calm strumming. So yeah, it's really interesting. And then the lights always flicker on when the dark Ren is talking. So yeah, all the little cues. It's just it's kind of like watching a screenplay more than a music video, really. So very, very interesting.
On the side, oh, your music is thriving. Delusional guy, where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys ran nowhere.
Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that?
Okay, that's really funny that he pointed out that he doesn't really write hooks. He said he doesn't write hooks for radio. And so my first Ren reaction video was to The Hunger, and I specifically pointed out that there was no hook in that song. And I didn't mean it as like a bad thing or anything. I was just an observation that I had. So yeah, it was just like a fun callback for myself for that video when he mentioned that. But this is a cool dynamic where like the dark side kind of feels like he's looking out for him, kind of like a big brother type thing. Like, no, I'm trying to help you succeed and all that. And Light Ren is like, no, I'm doing it on my own. I don't need to sell out. I don't need to play towards charts or anything like that. So yeah, it's I feel like a lot of people kind of have that conflict of like, do you want to do things the fast way or easy way, or do you want to do things not necessarily like the right way, but like in a way that's just true to yourself and you have like your personal integrity completely intact. So yeah, there's a lot going on already in this song, and we're still about only a third of the way into it.
But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough.
True,
so it gives
true.
me a purpose I can rest in.
Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky having me.
So that's interesting because he's talking about yourself and your problems, mental health and physical health in Ren's case as well. Dark Ren's talking about how like that's like self-centered, but I feel like Ren makes that music with of course the intention to share it and to help people through whatever they're going through, because we all have our own struggles. So yeah, I bet that's something that he probably has to grapple with when people probably have had that criticism of him, telling him that his music is self-centered. But I feel like when you are just sharing a piece of yourself, especially like a very vulnerable piece of yourself, that really tends to help a lot of other people. And you see that with all kinds of different struggles out there, like even the Me Too movement, when people started speaking up about their personal experiences with that opened the door for a lot of other people to come forward as well, and be a little bit less hurt and more like liberated to share their story and be more free, and that helped out other people. So yeah, I think for any of the critics of Ren, I'm sure he's helping a lot of people by sharing his story. So very cool.
Inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get.
Okay. I know I keep pausing it, but there's just so much to talk about. He busted out like the multi-rhyme in a short amount of time, and I talk about it every time it pops up. Prof did it a couple times if you've seen my Prof video, Paradigm, and if you've seen my Paradigm video. But yeah, I love when rappers do that. It's just so interesting, like seeing how many times you can rhyme in a short time frame, without it getting like stale or anything like that. So that was cool. It was let's see what did he say. Let me back it up just a little bit here.
Wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective.
Inside you to guide you, manage expectations, provide you. That's so sick. I love it.
Thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal. Next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man. You're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song.
Okay, so I have been told by English people before, they're like, I love that Americans are starting to use the word twat, but you guys are pronouncing it wrong. It rhymes with rat, not like twat. So I don't know why that stuck out to me, but I just remembered it. I don't hear the word too often, so when I do hear it, that memory comes back.
Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious. Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Fuck you.
So I talked about it in the other Ren video too with the hunger. I feel like Ren does a really good job at like paying homage to other artists. I don't feel like he's like stealing their work or anything like that. Talked about it with Monster. He kind of had some similar. A couple of the rhymes were the same, and then he had like a similar cadence. But I feel like it was just like kind of a shout out, like, hey, just pay a little bit of respect to music that I'm influenced by, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I think. It's really hard to have any type of art today, whether it's music or, visual art or anything like that, and not have some kind of influence or something that you're borrowing from. So, yeah, I think it's fine to have some similarities with what came before you, as long as you respect where it came from and not try to like claim it as your completely original work. Just go ahead and own up, like, yeah, man, there's people before me who did great things, and I respect it, and I want to pay a little homage to it. So
I don't need you, I don't need to hear this, cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius, and I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us.
That's right, speak.
His like Light Ran is feeling a little more nervous here. Like earlier on in the song, he was very calm, collected. He was just like, yo, we need to take some time apart. Now he's like speaking faster, and he's like shaking more. Definitely seems like he's like got some nerves, and Dark Ren is kind of getting to him a little bit. So again, it's more progression of the story being told of this internal conflict, and it's just really cool to see like a story being told this way.
Speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren.
Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren.
I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots I choose if you die. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about earlier how like the guitar strumming is different between like the light Ren and dark Ren, and that he's like switching it off so quickly here with this like quick back and forth. So I'm impressed that he's able to do that so in such short bursts too. Like it's one thing to do it for a verse and then another verse, but it's just like one line and then switch to the other line immediately. That I wonder how much practice that took him to be able to do that for the recording.
I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
Struggling.
Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason. Beheading all kings, I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mustopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender when standing in front of my solar eclipse. My name is stitched to your lips, so you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal. Feeble and normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, friend.
Dark Side won out for just a little bit there, but if it's like any good anime, the dark side wins, like an Avatar. Not the blue people, Last Airbender Avatar. When Aang like loses at first, but then he like comes back and then he takes the Fire Lord's bending away. So he had to lose for a second, and then he's gonna come back and win. Hero wins in the end. Light Ren is back.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake.
Definitely some powerful lyrics just now. Some people know me as Hope, the voice when you loosen the noose on the rope. And I'm just now getting into my Ren journey, really early on, but it's very clear that he's definitely that for probably a lot of people. So yeah, I'm glad that he was able to call that out in this song, and because I think, because not a lot of people find it in time, unfortunately. So being able to be that light for some people is monumental.
So coward the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs. That I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone, I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate different side.
His voice definitely sounds like stronger and more triumphant here, like he's found the victory in this internal conflict, internal struggle. So yeah, it all just keeps adding to the story. It's such a powerful story. Okay, I don't quite know what to make of that part, because I had just gotten done saying that it seemed like he was triumphant, conquering over the dark side, but then this segment just now with the strumming and the yodeling part had some of those cues that we talked about earlier, where like Dark Ren is coming out with the lights flickering, the strumming got heavier and a little bit more chaotic, heavier. So maybe it could indicate that he didn't defeat Dark Ren in the sense of getting rid of him, but more of like an acceptance, bringing him in, and maybe just some sort of like harmonious sharing of the one vessel. Could be something like that. I don't know. That's kind of the resolution that I got from this, but um, everybody can interpret it their own way, and uh, kind of like how um, Donald Glover famously never explains his art. He just says everybody's gonna take from it whatever they need to take from it. Um, so yeah, that's the beautiful thing about art, man. It's just um, if that's what I need in the moment and that's what helps me, I can take that. If you guys need something else from it, then you can take that, and you know we can all share. And then maybe sometimes I need what you saw the first time, and then I can take that the next time I hear it or whatever. So um, art's amazing. I love art.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax. And I learned to soften, and that dance got easier.
Reminds me of the Bruce Lee quote, empty your mind, be shapeless, formless, like water. I feel like that's a similar metaphor. Ren's talking about rigidity, and that would be like having your mind full, cluttered, and unable to accept new information, new perspectives. So you need to soften and be free, be adaptable, pliable like water.
It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
So that was Hi Ren, of course, by Ren. Amazing song, amazing video, storytelling, and there was a lot to unpack. And I know I paused it a bunch of times. I hope that wasn't too much, but hopefully that's what you came here for. If you want to listen to the song, please just go stream directly from any of Ren's channels and give him the stream for that. But hopefully you came here for somebody else's take on it, which I'm happy to provide. If you enjoyed it, please run up that like and subscribe button. Ren was talking about in the description of this video that he just wants to get this shared out to as many people as possible. So I am more than happy to be a small part of that mission. So thank you all for being here and watching this video with me. I do have more Ren coming. might take just a little break, do some other artists for a little bit. I have a lot of songs in my queue from a bunch of different artists, so I might break it up a little bit. But definitely more Ren to come. There's so much to unpack here with his whole catalog. So we'll catch you on the next one. Stay around. Peace.